We just went through a big old heat wave. More's coming, but this week for the next 4 to 5 days we'll be in the mid to upper 90s, which will be nice. It's June 7th, and I've made good progress here. I've had some help, but for the most part I'm pretty stoked about everything that's coming together. Trees are growing real nice. It's going to be a cloudy and windy day today. So we have some plants growing in. Some looks like I planted some cantaloupes and watermelons in this area. Some mysterious cannabis plants and a whole bunch of wildflowers. The cannabis plants are transitioning from flower to veg right now. I have a whole bunch of acacia trees. I can't pronounce them right. Some starts that I'm trying to get going. It's this kind of tree with the purple flowers. Pretty nice tree, if you ask me. Anyways, in this area we got mostly cover crops growing in. We have some pepper plants that I planted growing in. Pretty stoked about that. Let's see here. Where are you? Here goes one. They're popping up all over. Here goes another one. My buddy turned around and planted thousands of seeds on top of everything I planted, so didn't really expect anything I planted to plant because whatever. Anyways, pepper plants are coming in. The cover crops growing in real nice. We got some lettuce growing. These lettuces are popping up all over. These kale plants are doing pretty good. We have kale popping up all over. For these kale plants, I've been making sure to trim off the bottom leaves. Right now we're transitioning from flower to veg. The light cycle is permitting these to start growing better. We have a bunch of clover. All the clover is taken off. Pretty sure this guy over here is a Swiss chard. We have a few of them popping up over here. Just a little Swiss chard over there with some wildflowers growing next to it. Voice is kind of raspy. I've been outside a lot during the heat of the day watering. And it's been a little windy and dry out here in Las Vegas. So we have a nice little plant transitioning out of flower into veg. The bottom parts are coming through better than the top parts. The top parts are having a harder time transitioning. We got the 3-leaf, 1-leaf thing going. So hopefully in the next 2 to 4 weeks we'll get this whole plant with 5 to 7 or 8 fingered leaves. We have a little broccoli patch growing in. So one of the main goals was just to build the soil here and focus more intensely on cover crops. So I got a lot of the build of soils, 12 seed cover crop, different clovers and millet grass and sprouting peas, fennel, all types of other stuff. But so here goes some broccoli. Some did not make it. I got to get rid of this guy. Just lay him down right here. So we have some pumpkins growing. Pretty stoked about these pumpkins. We're going to have some pumpkins. We're going to be rocking the pumpkins this year. Broccolis are coming in. We have dill. We have a bunch of various herbs growing in between stuff. Here goes that millet grass and the build of soil stuff. Pretty cool. The beets, I planted a bunch of beets and they're not doing good over here. But they're alright. The cabbages are doing alright. Cabbages are doing very good, actually. Surprised about the cabbages. It's Las Vegas and they're doing very well. There's some bug damage, but they're not really touching the cabbages. We had bok choys growing. They didn't survive. One did. Well, actually a couple did, but they're not very heat tolerant, the bok choys. Got the tomato cages. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna, do these tomato cages. Got a lot of work to do. These are some yellow pear tomatoes. There's some other various kinds of tomatoes growing. They're popping up all over. Today is I guess trash day or something. Oh yeah, they forgot to take our recycling yesterday, so sorry about the noise. But here goes some more tomato plants. These are a different variety. These are like a tomato blend or something. This one's not doing too well, but she'll make it. We got that Datura growing. Saw that Datura. Some potato plants. We got various potatoes growing. More beets. Ever since I added the azomite, the beets are doing a lot better. Got some clovers growing. Some more tomato plants. I don't know. It was from a tomato blend. But yeah, I got some more tomato plants growing. Gonna be cool. We're gonna have some nice tomato varieties. This acai tree is growing in pretty nice. Got a little collard green patch growing. Pretty excited about these collard greens. Some kale mixed in, but it looks like a little Swiss chard growing. So I've been trying to kind of just take off the bottom leaves and make sure that we get this stuff growing upwards and not sideways. Hey girls! Where are these girls at? Hey girls! Anyways. Yeah, the collards are looking real good. The azomite that I treated everything with about 2 weeks ago, or a week ago, did very well. There's places with bug damage, but I'm not treating for bugs, to be honest. So, considering that, everything's doing very well as far as bug damage goes. The minerals and other stuff has helped. Sunflower, nice tall little sunflower over here. Got a little Datura area. I built a little chill area over here. Over here should be, I planted a bunch of melons and stuff over here, but all that's really happening is basil. We got some purple basils growing, which is cool. You know, I'm down with purple basil, a little basil patch. But over here we got that Taurus growing. This is like a little chill area that I'm building up. You know, a little fire pit, little chairs, you know, little Datura patch area. You know, but yeah, I planted a bunch of melons here and don't really think they're taking off. I see some spinach. Pretty sure there's some spinach growing, which is cool. So yeah, I'm gonna have a little Datura patch here. I'm gonna pull this guy out, but I gotta keep pruning these Daturas up. We got a little chill area that I built. Let's see here. Pretty sure that this is not even sure. Could be collard greens. That's what I remember planting over here. And Swiss chard, so it could be a Swiss chard. Some sunflowers. We got some more Daturas kind of growing down here. A lot of kale. We have a lot of kale growing in this area. This area is where all of our kale is. All the kale's growing real nice. Sorry about the erratic camera movements. So yeah, we're gonna have lots of kale this year. Lots of tomatoes. We got kale growing everywhere. Over here, I just planted a lot of stuff, but I ended up just taking a lot of the mulch from the mulching that I created, like the compost, brought it over here and laid everything out thick. It's like about an inch, 2 inches of composted topsoil. Put some straw on top, and everything kind of is growing much better over here underneath this tree. So mostly cover crops growing underneath here. We got more kale. We got some blue. This kale's pretty neat. There's gonna be some tasty kale. Some kale dwarf Siberian, I think it is. Some kale dwarf Siberian. Over here we got a lot of lettuces starting to grow in. There's lettuces and red leaf lettuces growing in. But finally, these girls are snapping out of flower into veg. And that's kind of nice. We got 3 hazes, a couple indicas. I'm gonna give a friend or two some of these plants. These are gonna be my mother's from Dirt Farmer Genetics. They're snapping out of it. They've been kind of funky, but they're doing better now. I guess this is some kind of mustard green. I planted sage over here, but again, my buddy planted something else on top of them, which I'm really bummed about. Really wanted the sage to grow, but oh well. It is what it is. The main goal is to build soil anyway, so lots of